Hi, it's me, the Austin, and welcome back to episode number 2. That's right, number 2 of the Horror Critics, starring yours truly. I already said my name. I am the Austinator, but in the series, you can just call me by my real name, Austin. I know, Austinator, Austin, so hard to find out. And today, my friends, we're going to be talking about a very, very fun, entertaining trilogy. That's right, I'm talking about, if you couldn't tell by my sweater, we will be talking about Terrifier 1, 2, and 3. I literally just got, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to watch the movie and then I'll record it, because that's the best way to do it, have my thoughts stress my mind. So I literally just got done watching the first one. See, I just got done watching it. And, yeah. We will be looking first, of course, in the trilogy at the one that started it all, Terrifier. I have notes again because that's the kind of person I am with this. I gotta take notes. Alright, we'll never remember what's going on. But yes, we're talking about Terrifier. Obviously, we're talking about the first one first. And I'm not gonna lie, it is It's decent at best. I mean, I gave it a 4 out of 5, so I still obviously like it. I might move it down to maybe a 3.5 out of 5. Because there are really good things in the first Terrifier movie for sure. Like the kills, obviously, are great. David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. He is magnificent. One of the greatest horror killers we've had in a long time. And I'll say it right now. I don't care if it's too early to say it because it only has 3 movies. Art the Clown is a fucking horror icon, and I'll take that to my grave, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe it's true. I just believe it's true. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really too. I mean, I like it, and it sets up the groundwork for the sequels, which I really, really do love. Which we will get to the sequels eventually, but we're talking about the first one now, which is decent, not the worst, not the best. It stars David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. We all know that by now. The boy, the man, the legend. In September, I might actually have the chance to meet Art the Clown. There's a Comic-Con coming to Des Moines, and both he is going to be there, so I want to meet him and Kane Hodder. I want to give that another shot. That could be a story for another time. Maybe story time with Austin or something. But yeah, starring David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. We have Samantha Scadarfi. Well, we have Samantha, whatever, I can't pronounce her name. Samantha S. I'll just call her that because I cannot pronounce her last name, as Victoria Hayes, who is, yeah, she's kind of the main character, even though she doesn't come in until later. She really doesn't come into the end of the film, but you could say she's a main character. She's one of the main characters. And then we got Catherine Cochran, who plays Dawn, which, I'm sorry, lady, I know you're a good actor. I've seen you in the Ice Nine Kills videos. Shout out to my favorite band. But you're one of the main reasons that really holds this movie, makes me not really like this movie. Is one of the cons I have with this movie is the Dawn character. She is so fucking annoying, and she's so poorly written. A lot of the characters in this movie, I'm not gonna lie, aren't one of the best. Tara, played by Jenna Cannell, isn't really the best either. That's Tara and Victoria. They're the sisters, so both their last names are Hayes. My cat just did that. Do you have any respect for what I'm trying to do? You just got photobombed by a cat. But anyway, but yeah, the Hayes sisters, I would say they're technically the main characters in the movie, even though Jenna gets killed. She gets shot. But you follow her most of the movie, and then Victoria doesn't literally come in until like the second half. That's another thing about this movie. I like it, but oh my god, it's so slow. A lot of just running around back and forth. A lot of Art the Clown stalking, doing his creepy thing, which I'm fine with. You gotta set the groundwork, I understand that. But I think there's just too much of that, and that other movies do better at having more things happening, so it's not just. Part of the problem with this one is the budget. It only had a budget. This is what I saw online. I don't know if it's true. It had a very, very small budget of $340,000. So they didn't really have much for budget. But oh my god, they used most of that budget on the kills, and thank God they did, because these are some. If you know your Terrifier movies, you know that these are some of literally the craziest kills you'll ever see in any horror movie. These kills are top notch, And I think Terrifier started this whole thing of which just make the goriest, the bloodiest, over the top kills ever. And I'm here for it. And I feel like a lot of that started with Terrifier. I might be wrong. Don't get all mad at me. But a lot of the newer ones that started with Terrifier in 2016, a lot of those movies really, or 2018, I'm sorry, really bumped up the blood. But it released on March 15th, so 5 days after my birthday in 2018. I did not see it when it first came to theaters. The first time I saw it was on Netflix when my grandma Lisa came over when we were living in Newton, Iowa. Shout out Newton. But my grandma Lisa came over. We were scrolling through Netflix, and all we see was a picture of Art the Clown there. I don't remember what the picture was, but I remember it was of Art. And I was just so enthralled and intrigued by it. I just had to watch it. So I watched it. Even back then, I thought it was good. I liked it then. I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. And then I kind of forgot about it, honestly. I mean, I didn't really forget about it. I didn't really watch it again until they announced the sequel, which we'll get to later on in the video. But we are still on Terrifier 1. Like I said, it grossed 416,000, so it made its budget back, not by much, but it really found its popularity. Like I said, I first saw it on streaming. I first saw it on Netflix. A lot of people probably first saw Terrifier for the first time on Netflix. I know it was on the indie film scene. People saw it there, and then it got a really, really short theatrical run. It was probably a week or two, maybe even shorter than that. But I never even saw it in theaters. Like I said, I didn't see it till years later until it was on streaming for the first time. That's when I watched it, and I just fell in love instantly. But yeah, if it wasn't probably for the cult following it got, who knows if we would have got the other two sequels we got. Honestly, we probably wouldn't have Terrifier 2, 3, and now he's working on 4, which obviously I can't talk about now, but I'm excited for that. That's going to be great. But yeah, I'm not going to talk much about Terrifier because, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the first one. I kind of already gave you all my thoughts on it. I'm literally going to set up to watch the second one now, which I do like better. The only thing with that one is the length, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But first, I want to go through my pros and cons list. We got pros: Art the Clown, David Howard Thornton. You're amazing. You're the best part of this movie, hands down. You're the best part of all 3 of the movies, hands down. And oh my god, I cannot wait to see more of you. You're just a good actor in general. I like that stream you're in. That's all I've seen you in was stream. Sorry, he was in the Mean one. I watched that. That one's pretty good too. He's like the Grinch. The special effects are next level in this movie. For as low budget this movie is, for the 340,000 this was made on, they go beyond with the kills. They are some of the best practical effects I've ever seen in a horror movie. There's the decapitation with the thingy. He literally just hacksaws his head off. There's the waiter that's the pumpkin head, and we cannot forget. The only reason Dawn is in this movie, let's be serious, that's the only reason she's in this movie, is for the upside down hacksaw death. We all know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, I'm talking about spoilers. If you haven't seen Terrifier by now, that's on you. But oh my god, it was the greatest kill. It's in the top 3. It just gets topped each time. But yeah, the kills were amazing. I like the score done by, I don't know who does the score, actually. Sorry, I feel bad because I don't know how to score. But whoever does the score, they did a really, really good job. I like the synthesizer sound they're going for. It has a really cool sound. I think that really helps elevate the movie too. It can be cool at times, but it also can be like when Art's on and he's doing something very disturbing, like killing people. The music does really good at shifting to that tone as well. When he's like killing people, I really like that. The cons for me, unfortunately, other than Art the Clown, are the characters. Art is perfect. You cannot tell me otherwise. That Art is not. I feel like Art is not perfect in this movie because he is. I don't like a little Fifi in the background. But as for the other characters, I just don't like them that much. I didn't even really like Victoria much until the sequels. She's more of just a bare bones character in this one. All the characters are just bare bone, there to be murdered by Art or tortured by Art. That's pretty much all they're here for. But that's all right. That's what this movie is really meant. It's like this felt like more like testing grounds to see what they could evolve on, which they do in the future. And oh my god, the dialogue. I can't say anything about dialogue because you're listening to me talk now. I just ramble on. But the dialogue in this movie sucks. I don't like the dialogue, especially with Dawn. She is one of the most annoying people in this movie. But I think that's on purpose because then when she gets sawed in half, you're like, yeah, kill her. Even though you do feel bad for her at the same time. But at the same time, you're like, kill her. But yeah, besides the characters and the dialogue they say, that's pretty much all the complaint I had. And that's why I'm going to give it a 3.5. I'll do a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 4 out of 5 rating. I get it. Because I like it. It's mostly the characters, their dialogue, and then sometimes the pacing can also be a little bit off. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the first Terrifier movie.
Kids, we have a very special guest with us today. Now, for a guy who doesn't speak, he sure makes a lot of noise. All the way from Miles County, please welcome Art the Clown.
Alright, so what can you really say about Terrifier 2 that hasn't been said before? I just got done watching it not that long ago. See, I'll show it every time. I'll make that part of the thing. So, just watched Terrifier 2 with my kitties. Spencer, there's your mascot. But yeah, I just got done watching Terrifier 2 with the cats. I know, fun people to watch Terrifier 2 with. What is there to say about Terrifier 2? It's a bad movie? No, it's a great movie. It surpasses the first movie in every way imaginable. The characters are better, the story is better, the kills are better, even Art the Clown is better, and he was even great in the first one, so that's saying a lot. I'm gonna take a drink of this real quick. Wicked clowns. Whoop whoop. There you go. But yeah, I love Terrifier 2 10 times more than the first one. I think it's a near perfect movie, except for one thing, which we'll get to in a bit, of course. But yep, Terrifier 2 is obviously the sequel to the first Terrifier movie. And once again, David Howard Thornton returns to play Arthur the Clown. I'm going to call him Arthur the Clown. And just like last time, he just knocks it out of the park. Like I said, this time I think he actually does better. He actually does way better than he in the first. And he pretty much does the same thing, but except better. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. He just seems more into it than he does in the first one, if you ask me. He's like more clowning around. So, yeah. Clowning around. No pun intended. He's just really good at clowning around, and I love it. So, Terrifier 2 doesn't follow, well, it doesn't follow this. It picks up right after the ending of the first. Remember, the first ends right before the coroner gets killed. If you don't think you're going to see that guy get killed, you're wrong. It instantly starts the second movie with the coroner getting killed. Art the Clown rips his eyeball out to replace his ripped out eye. It's amazing. It's great. He kills the coroner. He then goes, cleans his laundry at the laundromat, like you do. But you always do after you murder Proofer, where he meets the pale girl, who is played by Emil McLean, I think. McLean? That's how you say her name. But she is fantastic as the pale girl. Scary, creepy. I love it. Nice dynamic for finally Art to have someone to play a little patty cake with. Someone for Art to interact with. They work very, very well off each other, and I love it. So she's a really great addition. I wish she was in 3, but we'll get the 3 when we get to it. I'm not just not 2, but I like 3. But Terrifier 2 also follows the Shaw family. Sienna, I'll do her last. We have the mom, Barbara Shaw, played by Sarah Voigt, Voigt. I don't know how to, I'm going to say Sarah Voigt. That's how I got it. And then Jonathan Shaw, played by Elliot Fullman, who actually does music and stuff. I think he has a YouTube channel. If he does, I'll pop in the link so you can go check that out. And then finally, the lead actress / star of the movie, this Lauren Lavera, who plays Sienna Shaw. This is what the first movie was totally missing, was a good cast that has good chemistry and just good acting all around. The acting in this one is so far superior than from the first one. There was only one complaint, and that's her friend, Bridget, I think her name is. Not the other one that gets the horrible death. I'm talking about the one who gets the acid thrown in her face. She's annoying. You'd think I'd remember these characters' names. I just watched the movie, but I just wrote down the main characters. Who cares about the people who get mindlessly slaughtered? But other than one of her friends who was really annoying, I liked most of the cast. Her boyfriend was kind of annoying too, but what are you going to do? The mom, kind of bitchy, but at the same time, you get it. She's a single mother with 2 teenagers. I'd go crazy too. I mean, I babysit a 3-year-old, my little brother James, sometimes, and that drives me crazy. I can only imagine what it's like with 2 teenagers. God bless you, Mom. I love you so much. don't know what you have to go through, and I'm sorry you have to go through it sometimes. But this mom goes through some shit, and then she gets her head blown off. That's just so sad. Because she finally has a moment with Sienna. They say they love each other, and the Art's like, there's your happy moment. Boom! With the shotgun. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about spoilers. Because if you haven't seen Terrifier 1, 2, and 3 at this point, you're crazy. But Terrifier 2 was released on March 6th, 2022. I was actually working at the movie theater when this came out. I went and saw it. I worked at a movie theater. I got to see it for free. But I still saw it anyway. It was really, really good. It was a packed house when I saw it. Everyone loved it. It grossed $15.8 million on a... I couldn't find the actual budget. When I looked up on Google, it said 250,000, but I saw that was false. So I don't know what the real budget for the movie was. I'm guessing it was more than the first because it made a profit. But I know it was also funded on Kickstarter, so that budget may be right. Let me know in the comments. It may or may not have been $250,000 budget. I really doubt it, but that's what I found. But I'm not going to go with it. It had a longer theatrical... I'm pretty sure it got an extended run. It was only supposed to be there for like a week, and then it got extended for like 2-3 weeks instead, which is great. I love it when a horror movie gets a theatrical release and it's like a limited release and it's only there for like one weekend, but it just blows the expectations out of the water. They're like, you know what, let's give it a larger release. And that's what they should have done with this one. They did that with 3, which once again we'll get to when we get to it. I keep mentioning 3 because 3 is my favorite, but we're on 2. 2 is great. The pros, I have one con with 2. I'll get the con out of the way because there's way more pros than cons, so let's just get the con out of the way right now while we're at it. My main con with this film has to be the length. It is 2.5 hours, I believe, close to it. Oh my god, you can feel it. Remember how I said the last one, the pacing was off? The pacing isn't off, but it's just long. The pacing's good. I feel like they could have cut out maybe a couple scenes. I won't go into too much detail though about it because it's like my only con. It's too long. It's like by the end I was like, okay. And then when it did end, it was like, that's where you're stopping? No, I was joking. Actually, I'm really satisfied with the ending of this movie. The ending is batshit bonkers. You see Victoria, she makes a comeback, and then she's finally possessed by the pale girl who doesn't make an appearance in 3, which is one of the things I kind of don't like about 3 is I wish the pale girl was in it. But anyway, just like the first Terrifier, 2 was also super popular on streaming. But even if it wouldn't have been for that, it would have got a sequel anyway if it wasn't popular on streaming based on how much it made alone. Because I saw it made like... That was 3 that made like 2 times its budget. I'm sorry. But yeah. Now my pros for the movies, like I said, I love the main characters, especially Sienna. She's a perfect fit for Art, a good foil, maybe an angel. I'm pretty sure Art's a demon, so she might be an angel. It's that angel-demon contrast. She'll be the one who will defeat Art all the way in 4. Because spoilers, he doesn't die in this one. Oh, I mean, he gets decapitated, so he technically dies, but Victoria gives birth to his head, and it's laughing and smiling, so I'm going to say he lived. That's just my opinion. You can say whatever. I still didn't see who did the score, but just like last time, the score is amazing. And not only is the score amazing, you get one of the greatest fucking themes for horror in this movie, the Clown Cafe song. Drop on by the Clown Cafe, your favorite meals on wheels. The food is truly disgusting and it's full of special. Nothing here is good for you, so grab yourself a tray, 'cause food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. That song was so popular that I went and saw Ice Nine Kills in November. It was like literally about a month after this movie came out. Before the concert started, I'll insert a clip probably after I say this. Before the concert started, it was literally playing over the speakers and everyone was singing along to the fucking song. That's how popular that song got that fast. And I love that song. Like I said, it's a good song. It's very fucking catchy. It gets stuck in your head. It's been stuck on my head ever since I saw the movie back in 2022, 2 fucking years ago. Drop on by the Clown Cafes.
Drop on by the Clown Cafe, your favorite meals on wheels. The menu is disgusting and it's full of special deals. Nothing here is good for you, so grab yourself a tray, 'cause food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. makes you take decay. Cause food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. Drop on by the Clown Cafe. The crowd is downright gruesome, but your appetite's a bake. Cause food's a little funny. Food's a little funny. Food's a little funny at the Clown Cafe.
It was written by Leia Voicey, I think is how you pronounce. Very good song. I'll leave the link to that song in the description because if you haven't heard that banger, you're missing out. The Clown Cafe is a banger. I have art on my wrestling game. He actually comes out to the Clown Cafe, but his entrance is so long, so I just put the song on loop and let it loop around. That's how iconic the song is because it doesn't get annoying, but it will get stuck in your head. Just that few seconds I sung for you guys, it's going to be embodied in your brain now. Embodied. But yeah, that's the music. The effects, they were good in the first, but they're above and beyond in this one. They even go better than the first. Like, maybe in the first, every now and then, you might be able to tell something's fake. In this one, everything is so realistically realistic. It just looks realistic. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the twitches they, like, get the bodies to do when they pump. How they do the kills is, like, beyond me. I'm not... Maybe in later episodes, if this continues to go on, maybe I'll start diving into behind the scenes stuff and like how they did it. But for now, I think I just want to keep talking about like the plots and stuff in the movies. But maybe later on, I'll add in like how they did it and what they did. But yeah, the kills topped every one in the first, especially the bedroom scene. Blows the girl hanging upside down scene out the fucking water, guys. That scene goes from disturbing to kind of funny. You kind of have to laugh at it. You're so disturbed. You don't have like any options. So you're kind of going, to disturbing again. And then once again, it's just like they cemented it as one of the best kills in the franchise when the mom walks in. And it's like, yeah, it's dead. And then the body moves, number one. It's like, what the fuck? And it's like, she's like, Mom. And she's like, ah. And they didn't show the mom getting killed, but let's face it, everyone. That mom's fucking dead right now. But yeah, the kills are amazing. That bedroom kill just blows my mind. And they somehow even topped that in 3, but we won't get to that until we get to that. But yeah, the bedroom scene was just crazy. Like I said, my only criticism with the movie is that the length. It was really, 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 really long. And by the end, you are feeling the length a little bit. But hey, it is a big improvement. I'd rather it be lengthy with too much story. I wouldn't even say it was too much story, with more story. And then I'm not saying the first one is bad, but there were moments where it's just so boring. It's just a bunch of walking around. This one has better locations. There's more than just the... It makes sense the first one had the one location. It was made on a very low shoestring budget. So yeah, it made sense. But I'm happy with this movie. The Terrifier ride is a good addition. It's a great place for a final. It's great. All I can say about Terrifier 2 is it's great. But now the real question is... First, I have to give my rating. I give this a 4.5 out of 5. The only reason it doesn't get the whole 5 is literally the length. It's just a little bit too long for my liking, but that's just my opinion. But the real question is, what does Austin think of the third Terrifier film?
Shit. Get a load of this fucking guy.
Friend of yours, Eddie. Well, that is a fucking first.
All right, well, now hold on, listen. I'm wearing the outfit, right? So it's just like Elvis. He gets the full Santa experience if he wants it, all right? Hello. Hello. Hi.
Alright, so what can you say about Terrifier 3? Except that it's fucking amazing. I finished watching it a couple days ago. I just didn't have time to do this. I've been doing other things for my channel. But I'm still going to do the thingy anyway, even though I watched it back a couple days ago. Look, there it is. Terrifier 3. Yeah. So, Terrifier 3 is the third film in the Terrifier franchise, obviously. And, not Remark the Clown shirt, sadly. I got my Don't Fuck With the Chuck. That will be coming probably no time soon, but I do plan doing Chucky sometimes. Hint, hint. That probably won't be for a while, but... Anyway, Terrifier 3, greatest Christmas movie ever made. Don't at me, Austin. This is a Christmas movie, okay? It's set around Christmas. It might not be your traditional Christmas movie per se, but god damn it, it's a Christmas movie. Just like Die Hard is a Christmas movie. They're in that thing where it's like they're not really Christmas movies because they have like the normal same messages. That's actually Terrifier might have the same message in a fucked up own type of way. There's even scenes when Art and Vicky are like opening presents is having fun. It's very Christmassy in a weird fucked up way. But yeah, Terrifier 3 is a Christmas movie, and Die Hard is a Christmas movie. At me on both of those, I don't care. Oh, Terrifier 3 is my favorite. I said it when I was talking about 1 and 2, but Terrifier 3 is my favorite film in the franchise. The best one. Beginning to end, I absolutely love this fucking film. Once again, David Howard Thornton stars at our boy Art the Clown doing his best work as Art ever, and that's because now the appliance is based off his actual face. Before in Terrifier 1 and 2, it was using the modeled face of the old guy, Mike Ginelli. I know his name's Mike, but he was in Night Circle and All Hallows Eve, which are like prequels for Art. And I believe he's also in the Terrifier 2016 short, which I thought about talking about, but I can't find it anywhere because I was going to add it to like the very end of this, talking about the short they did, but I couldn't fucking find it anywhere. So yeah, but David Howard Thornton is Art the Clown, and once again, like I said, he does the best work as Art. He's funny, he's creepy, and the most terrifying yet, and it's all because of David Howard Thornton. He's so good at this fucking role. He was meant to play Art the Clown, and I cannot wait to meet him in Des Moines for GalaxyCon. It's gonna be such a pleasure to meet him. I really hope he's I've heard he's a nice guy. Why wouldn't I just assume he's probably a very nice guy? We also have Lauren Lavera and Elliot back as Sienna and Jonathan. Great dynamic again, even though they do Jonathan dirty. We'll get to that in a bit whenever I get to it. But again, Sienna does just as good as she did in the second movie. Lauren. I call her Sienna. I guess that's her character name. But Lauren does just as good a job, if not better. It takes 5 years after the events of 2. I guess it technically opens at the ending of 2. You see all that. But then after that, it takes place 5 years later. Chris Jericho gets killed. Break the walls down. That was a great cameo. Hashtag Rhea Ripley and Terrifier 4, because she's been doing all that crazy stuff lately. But Terrifier 3 is my favorite, obviously. I got the poster. I said it before, and I'll say it again. There's the poster right there to prove it. Wish I had my Terrifier shirt clean. It's my Ice Nine Kills Terrifier shirt. I am wearing my Ice Nine Kills cap, though. New cast, we had the aunt and uncle. I didn't write down the actor's name, but they're in this. They're good. They're fine. The mom actually the aunt has one of the grossest kills I've ever fucking seen. And that's not even the shower scene. The shower scene was just gory and over the top to be gory and over the top. The aunt scene is just gross and disgusting and a little disturbing in a way, with the rats and the neck sliced and all that. Obviously, there'll be spoiler talk. Ugh. But we had Antonia Rose as Gabby Shaw. I want to say Sienna and Jonathan's cousin. She's really good in this movie. She's a good addition. Though she could do more. She's kind of a by-the-numbers horror character, but she's played really well. There's nothing wrong with being a by-the-number horror character, especially when it's done well. And this lady, chick, girl, she does it really good. She's a really good addition. I like her, and I really hope she returns in She better return in Terrifier 4, considering she got sucked through the ground. Also, I feel so bad for her, seeing her mom and dad just, like, butchered, and Art's just like, it's great. That was fucked up. But, yeah. And then Samantha Scafferty comes back as Victoria. Oh my god, she is amazing in this movie. Oh my god, she's just as crazy as Art, if not crazier. But the thing that gives her the more crazy edge is she talks, and she talks a lot. She's good pairing with Art. They work really well off each other. They have some really good scenes. I like the scene. It's more towards the beginning. She has Art's horn. She's just honking it, and Art like gives her this nasty look like, bitch, stop or I'll kill you again. But yeah, Victoria Hayes is back, just as good. She has a satisfying conclusion because she's a bitch and she gets what she deserves, and at the same time, you kind of feel bad for her since, she kind of got, like, possessed by whatever the pale girl is. She's not in this, sadly, which I think sucks. I think it would have been cool to have both the pale girl, Victoria, and Art all together causing shenanigans, but I get it. The pale girl was, I think this didn't come out for, like, a couple years after, too, so I probably get it. The pale girl is probably older than Damien Leone wanted. Damien Leone, that's how you say his name. The creator, the master of this movie. Oh my god. Good job with this film. The best one yet, in my opinion, of course. I'm not to the rating yet. We'll get to that. I'm just rambling. There's a couple cool cameos in this one. Like I said, Tom Savini, he's a cool one. He's a really good one. Santa, I think he's played by Daniel Roebuck, which is great. I think that's his name, the guy who plays Santa. You got Clint Howard in there, Smokey, the Ice Cream Man. What? That's grenadine for my ice cream treats. Maybe I'll do that movie, because that movie's just fucked up insane. But you got the Ice Cream Man. Like I said, I think I mentioned Chris Jericho was in there in the beginning. But my favorite is the Tom Savini cameo, when it's after the whole mall explosion, and he is on the newscast. It's like Tom Savini, a.k.a. the father of Jason Voorhees, who created Jason, who killed Jason multiple times. Yeah, Tom Savini is in this movie, one of the greatest special effects artists of all time, if not the greatest. He's done great movies. I will see Friday the 13th, like I said. I believe he did The Burning. Does he do makeup on, he might do makeup on, the Tales, Creep Show 1 and 2, like the movies, not the TV show. Some Stephen King for you. I love me some Stephen King. I've actually been reading The Shining. Sorry, my book's all man. It's Stephen King time. But yeah. So this one was released on October 11th, 2024. I'm looking at my notes. I don't like holding them up every time, even though I just did, so it doesn't matter. I saw this one in theaters again, too. I saw this 2 days in a row. The first time I saw it, it was a back-to-back screening. It showed Terrifier 2 and then Terrifier 3. The only reason I went to that one is because afterwards they showed the new Ice Nine Kills video for a work of art, which I should talk about, but I'm not, because that when we get to the music segment, maybe I'll play a little clip of it right now. The art of dying brings me to life, death by design, tongue-tied in your terrified. Go. Yeah, that song. If you heard it, you know it. If you haven't heard it, you should. It's called A Work of Art by my boys Ice Nine Kills. I call them my boys. I've never met them. Have no association with them whatsoever. I started listening to it during COVID, and I've been obsessed ever since. Thank you for that, Michelle. She's the one who showed me Ice Nine Kills, and when she showed me, I was like, how did I not fucking know about this band? It just blew my mind that I didn't know who Ice Nine Kills was. But they have a song in this movie. It's really good. Maybe I'll put the link to the song in the description if you want to go check it out. You definitely should go check out their music. They're awesome. I've seen them 3 times, and every time I've seen them, they've outdone each other. But we're not here to talk about Ice Nine Kills. We're here to talk about Terrifier. But I saw the double screening. That show wasn't packed, which kind of sucks. I think that's a bummer for me. But the second I saw it with my mom, yeah, that's what I do with my mom. Other people take their moms out for a nice meal, which we did. We had a meal before this, but you take your mom out for a nice meal. Maybe go to a comedy. No. Me and my mom, we go to fucking horror movies together. It brings the bond closer. She even saw Obsession with me, which was the first episode. She really liked that movie, and she really liked this movie in a fucked up kind of way. I guess you gotta be really fucked up. According to psychiatrist, if you like Art the Clown or the Terrifier movies, you're a psychopath. I guess we're all crazy. But the second night I saw it was way better. It was vastly better. It made the experience better, mostly because the theater was fucking literally jammed full of people. The theater was almost sold out. And one complaint, lady, why the fuck would you bring a kid? This lady brought 2 kids to Terrifier 3, and then she ended up walking out. It's like, yeah, you really shouldn't have brought your kid to this movie, you idiot. I don't know, it was a nice experience. People were cheering and going like, oh, there was one kill, and it's during the shower scene kill, which I want to talk about on its own, but the lady, there was like a lady behind us, and I think it was a guy. His voice just got so high pitched because who wouldn't? When Art has his chainsaw, he like rums it up the guy's ass, and the guy, some of the park was like, oh, and it made like everyone laugh. But in this weird way, it's like, yeah, we get it. You almost have to laugh because you have nothing else to do. It's just so fucking over the top and ridiculous that even though it's disturbing, you have to laugh about it. And I fucking love horror movies like that. It's the best. But let's see. It grossed approximately 90 million worldwide. The highest grossing, I believe it's the highest grossing unrated film of all time, and it grossed 45 times its production budget. That's fucking insane. And it just proves that Art the Clown is a fucking force to be reckoned with, and Art the Clown deserves to be a horror icon. And I won't fucking fight you to the death that Art the Clown's a horror icon. He's gonna be in fucking Terrifier 6 that comes out in June 5th. He is a horror icon. You're not a horror icon if you don't pop up on Scary Movie. He's on Scary Movie. I guess that's unfair because neither Jason or Freddy or Michael none of them have ever made it onto a Scary Movie, and they might be in the new one, but Art the Clown managed to make it the Scary Movie before them. They reference those movies, but it's never like a straight like rip-off. Like you don't see like Freddy Krueger there or fucking someone dressed up as Jason or Michael. They're just like mentioned. Unlike Art the Clown, who, if you saw the trailer, he's at the end and he hands the lady the nutsack and she's like, what the fuck is this? So I cannot wait. And I think from one of the shots I saw, I think David Howard Thornton might be Art. I might be wrong. I didn't look like it from the one scene when they're at the mall, but I swear one of the scenes that I saw in one of the trailers, I swear that was David Howard Thornton as the actual Art the Clown. And if it is, that means you're a horror icon, because I've never seen any horror character appear in a scary movie to play the horror character, to play that horror character. So, yeah, David Howard Thornton is an icon. The budget for this one was $2 million. It was the highest budget of all of them so far. I'm pretty sure 4 has double that. It's like $4 million budget. It's like a ridiculous amount, maybe even more. But that's the thing I like about Terrifier. These movies can be made for really, really cheap. I know $2 million doesn't sound that cheap, but when you have to hire actors and cinematographers and then do all that, and then you have to pay for freaking publicity and all that shit. You have to do tours, like put out your shit. So yeah, $2 million sounds like a lot, but I feel like in the film industry, it doesn't really go that far. But they made the most of what they had, and on a $2 million budget, they more than surpassed what they could have done probably crazier with less than the $2 million they had. But yeah, so I have my pros and cons. I'll do my cons first because there's only a couple. Thanks, Haldy. I'll do my cons first and then my pros, because why leave out with the bummer? My cons. Unlike 2, which I thought was too long, this one was too short. There's a couple scenes I wish could have been added, like when Sienna goes and gets the blade back from the Terrifier. They could have kept that in. The uncle's death, they should have kept in. I don't like it, especially in a horror movie like this as over-the-top kills. I want to see the over-the-top kills, you know? And that brings me to, they do Jonathan dirty. I don't mind that they kill Jonathan, and they said the reason they didn't show Jonathan's death on screen is because of, like, how emotional it'd be. It's like, good, let his death be on the screen. Let us feel those emotions. I want to get upset. I want to hate that's why I want to hate Art the Clown for killing Jonathan. I do. But if I saw it, I would have hated him even more. And that's the compelling thing about Art. I love to hate him. He's a dick. He's a douche. He's an asshole. But he's my dick douche asshole. And I love him. So the cutting out him, like, that's about all. Jonathan, they should have left his death. Like, I don't mind they killed him, but come on, let me see his death. He was literally just a fucking skull. What led to him... I'm turning off my TV because you can see the reflection of the thing. What led to him being nothing but basically a fucking skull and an eyeball? Come on, Damien, I want to see it. Unless it was a fake out. Because Victoria is gone. What if in the next one, Jonathan is playing like that role of like the demon or whatever that's trying to take over Sienna? So, Art, I am going to just say it. He's a demon. There's no fucking denying at this point. 3 pretty much confirms that he is a demon and that Sienna was chosen. She's not an angel, but she was chosen by the angels to defeat this darkness, which was told to her by her dad. And there's a few flashback scenes with her dad. Those are really good. I feel like those scenes are the reasons we didn't get like Jonathan's death and maybe the uncle's death and finding the blade and the Terrifier, is to have those scenes in, which I guess is fine because the actor who plays the dad does a good job. The young Sienna actress, she does a really good job, so there's really no complaints to me there. Now, my pros for the movie, I love the Christmas setting. I mean, I like Christmas fine, but I'm not like over the top Christmas. But they did Christmas good in this movie. You can feel like, in a weird, fucked up way, you can feel the Christmas, and you can feel like the festivities and the Christmas stuff in the movie. It's a Terrifier Christmas. That's great. The Terrifier Christmas song is great. It sounds like an actual, like, legit Christmas jingle you'd play on the radio. There's another one, like, towards the beginning when Sienna's uncle picks her up in their car. There's a song that plays there. That is, like, the most generic Christmas song I ever heard, but at the same time, it's so catchy. But yeah, I love the Christmas setting, even though I'm not big of a Christmas guy. Seeing Art in a Santa fucking Claus suit is fucking hilarious. I love seeing Art the Clown dressed as Santa. Artie Claus. I'm gonna call him Artie Claus. That was great. So yeah, they did a really good job making it feel Christmassy in its own fucked up way. You could feel the Christmas coming off the screen. Best acting, especially so far, especially from Sienna. It's 5 years after she was in a psych ward. She was in a psych ward, I think, and they do a good job of her, like her. She's a different character than the two, and I like it how they like portray her in this one. Though she's still a badass, she's more, I don't know. She's kind of a bitch. I'm gonna say she's a bitch, but that's the boyfriend's girlfriend, Colin's boyfriend, Mia. She's a bitch. But Sienna was done really good in this movie. You could, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just worried about words. Just, she was good. That's all. Like I said, it's my favorite version of Art so far. David Howard Thornton knocks it out of the park. Maybe in 4 they'll top it. 4 takes place during New Year's Eve, which, please give me a firework kill, Damien. You have to kill someone with a firework. That's all the fans want to see, is someone get killed with a firework. It has the craziest kills. Easily, all the kills in this movie are just top notch. Chris Jericho gets his face ripped off. Amazing. Victoria, she gets a good decapitation. That's even a good death. Like I said, the only 2 deaths that suck are the ones that are off screen. The mom's death is one of the grossest things I've ever fucking seen in any horror movie. When they shoved the thing down her throat and put the rats in her, literally down her throat and then slit her throat. That was fucking gross. It was amazing. It like literally made me gag at the theater. That's how gross it was. And if a movie can make me gag, that's a good movie. But the kill that cements the kills of any of these movies, you all know what I'm talking about. You love it. You maybe hate it. I personally love it. That fucking shower scene is fucking so ridiculously over the top that it becomes almost comedic in a disturbing way. Like most of the kills, but they just, if you thought that, it's like taking the shower scene from Psycho, which I know he got inspiration from, and mixing it with like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kill with Leatherface wielding a chainsaw. That's the best way I can like describe it without going into spoilers. It's bloody. It's disturbing. You get the awesome "It's a Terrifier" Christmas song, and the ending visual of Art the Clown making the blood angel and him fading away is amazing. Like I said, you can feel the Christmas. Art is just loving the Christmas spirit. He like literally dismantles Mia. He's wearing like these Christmas tree sunglasses. He takes them off and like puts her, because she's like, I want to look at his face as I die. So he does what she asks, because there's a scene earlier on when they're like talking, and the guy's like, she's like saying Art the Clown's the best. Sorry, I'm sitting on this. It's annoying. That Art the Clown's like the best killer since Jack the Ripper. And her boyfriend's like, you sound like you want to fuck him. And she's like, I don't want to fuck him. And Art's like, oh. I think that's literally what got her killed. Maybe he would have killed her if she said she would have fucked him, Mia. Ever think of that? Ever think of that, Mia? Maybe if you would have said you would have fucked Art the Clown, maybe you'd be alive right now. Anyway, that was my review on Terrifier 3. I obviously can't review Terrifier 4 until it comes out. That's either, I think next is looking for a next year release. It might come out the end of this year, but I'm guessing it'll be 2027 when we finally get Terrifier 4. But when that comes out, I will obviously review that one. And for now, though, I give Terrifier 3 almost a perfect rating. 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. The length bothers me just a smidgen. Like I said, the second one was way too long. I think this one isn't way too short. It's just a little shorter than I would have liked. Like I said, there was a couple of scenes I think should have been in the movie. Jonathan's death. But, you know, other than that, I love this movie. And that's going to be my review on the Terrifier 1, 2, and 3. So let's go through my star rankings real quick. I gave Terrifier a 4 out of 5. Decent movie, not really the best. The pacing could be off. I don't really care for the characters besides art. Terrifier 2, a big upgrade. I gave that a 4.5. So both 3 and 4. 2 and 3 got a 4.5. Too long. That was my only con with it. And then obviously this one got a 4.5 as well. So 2 and 3 are obviously big jumps in quality. This one would get a 5 out of 5 if it literally just wasn't for the Jonathan thing and the time. But yeah, that does it for my reviews on the Terrifiers for now until 4 comes out. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2 together. And then Welcome to Derry as like its own separate thing. Maybe that'll be the next couple. Do some Stephen King. I love Stephen King. And I love me some Pennywise. But that does it for this episode of The Horror Critic. I really hope you guys liked and enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe and maybe give it a share. I want to really keep doing this. I do love the horror, and it's awesome to talk about horror movies, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and stay scary.